Hello, hello. This is just a review of what we learned this week in our grammar class. This week was an introduction to the alphabet, and we learned two very, very important rules. Rule number one letter, one sound. Yon lettre, yon seul son. Meaning that each letter that you see in the Haitian alphabet only has one sound. It doesn't change depending on where it is in a word like English does. For example, think of the word banana. For the letter A, there are three sounds for it. A, banana. However, in Creole, the letter sound remains the same. Take the same letter, A. The sound that the letter A makes is A. In a word, it doesn't change. For example, in the word cataract. Cataract. A. It does not change. One letter, one sound. This also means that if you see a letter that looks like it's a double letter, as it would be in English, it is only one letter. Not two, but one. And we should call it by its name in Creole to make it easier to remember. Rule number 2, there are no silent letters in Creole. Think of the word dance. That E at the end is silent. However, in the word danser, every single letter is pronounced. You might be wondering, wait, what about the AN in the middle? Remember, in the middle, that vowel is not A, followed by the consonant N. In the middle of danser is the vowel en. And we must remember it and call it en. One letter, one sound, no silent letters. Danser. Okay, now, speaking about those types of letters, we also learned the difference between a vowel and a consonant. We learned that vowels are basically sounds that come up through our vocal tract without any obstruction of the air. The air can come out of our mouth or it can come out of our nose. So you can have a nasal vowel or an oral vowel. In Creole, we have both. Today, we focus mostly on the nasal vowels. Remember, when we are making vowel sounds, our tongue, our teeth, nothing should really be obstructing or stopping the air from flowing from our lungs out of our noses in this case. So that means that when we make these nasal sounds, our tongue should relax and be towards the bottom of our mouth, behind our teeth somewhere. Do you remember what the nasal vowels are? The nasal vowels are eh, I'll repeat. Eh, Those are our nasal vowels, where predominantly the air is flowing out of our nose for these sounds. If you would like a refresh, I'll provide the link in your Google Classroom notes for you to look at our page that has all of the alphabet listed with the sounds, as well as the alphabet song video all the way at the bottom of the page. I highly recommend that you review that during the week. But for this week, we are focusing solely on the nasal sounds. Here's your homework of how you can practice. You're going to do two things for me. Number 1, practice those nasal sounds almost like you would do for voice lessons. So for example, in front of a mirror, you can go and then if you got that, and and then mix it around just to get yourself used to making those sounds. Once you feel comfortable, send me a recording You can send it to me on WhatsApp. You can attach it on Google Classroom. You can email it to me, whatever is easiest, a recording of you practicing and doing that. Number 2, I have given you something to read, reading material. All that I would ask you to do is, when you first are going through this reading material, to underline all of the words that have nasal vowels in them. And then read those words out loud first. After doing that, you can read the whole reading piece out loud, focusing on pronouncing those nasal vowels correctly. Remember, we want to focus on one thing at a time. For whatever reading material I've given you, there is audio, so you can go ahead and listen to that audio first to give you an idea of how everything should be pronounced. Then you can follow my instructions of underlining the words with the nasal vowels, read the nasal vowel words out loud, then read the entire reading piece. Once you are comfortable with all that, you can go ahead and record yourself doing your best reading of that reading piece, and you can send it to me. You can attach it on Google Classroom, you can send it to me on WhatsApp, or you can email it to me. Whatever works best for you. Please do it at least 24 hours before our next time meeting. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye!